Welcome in Greg's Weekend Rental, episode 19. Bit of a fun one here, bit of a maybe controversial for some people. I guess I'll start off with a big question for you, Jeremy. What do you think about reselling? Like, do you care about resellers, scalpers, all of that stuff? Where do you lie?
Um, Not particularly, honestly. I think obviously if you're someone who is like using a bot to scrape a website and, you know, maybe buying like 20 PS5s, maybe a little
That's
non
where you might draw the line.
yeah, there's probably a line somewhere. I can't I don't know, probably can't say specifically where it is, but you know it when it's like, okay, that's a little, you know.
Yeah, like let's say you like manually went in person to Walmart and bought 5 PS5s.
Yeah.
Do you care?
Not particularly. No.
Okay.
I mean, I think if someone really wanted something, they should probably pre-order it, but
You can't the pre-orders are all sold out. The scalpers got
yeah,
them.
that's true.
It's never really been something that's bothered me per se.
Yeah.
It's just I used to scalp like 100%.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I'd say 2012 through 2016 is when I had a job, money, and it was like, oh man, I can just scalp stuff.
Yeah.
Like video games new coming out. I remember Majora's Mask 3DS XL. The new 3DS? I don't know. One of those models. It was the Majora's Mask one. I think you got 6 of them.
Yeah.
And it's not even you're not working on massive margins with it. I think I was making $50 a console after fees and everything, but you're making money, especially as a young person who was like, man,
That's a lot
it's a
for
lot more than my job was paying me.
Yeah,
I think I made
absolutely.
11 an hour,
Yeah.
like working at Sobeys. So it's like, man, I can flip a couple consoles and make like 5 hours of work
Yeah.
in a single hour. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's really no different than buying up a lot of vintage games and flipping them, It's kind of the same deal.
I, I understand where the differentiation comes in because you're like, oh, you're taking away retail stock from people and stuff. Like, I get it, but like, yeah, it kind of is because if you go to a grad sale and just rip someone off, it's like, oh well, yeah.
Well, I didn't say rip off, but I just said buy a lot and then
You know
resell.
exactly. You know exactly what you meant there. If you're buying a nice little resale lot, but there's always, people are going to complain about sides of this all the time. The retail scalping side really gets hit, but I would rather be in just a macro statement. I'd rather be in a economy or live somewhere where it is possible for someone to do this, to go and buy stuff if they want and sell it if they want, than government regulation. Like, I don't even know how you'd stop it otherwise.
Yeah, it is that requires kind of knowledge and work. So I have no problem with, someone putting their knowledge to use and putting in the work and going somewhere to, source some cool stuff.
Yeah, like you said, with bot scraping, I get it. Okay, you use a bot and you're like,
Yeah.
30 PS5. Like, you could use the knowledge argument there too. You have to get knowledge of the bot.
Yeah.
You have to put in the work.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, how do you compete with that?
You can't.
Yeah, exactly. You can't.
You can't. And I think that's where I draw the line too, is like serial scalpers or serial reselling.
Yeah.
Where it's like you literally can't compete. Like, I can't compete with bots. I would have to get a bot myself. And if I simply want one, it's like, oh man, come on. So the guy who gets like 100 PS5s, that's where I'm like, again, right? Like, just because of my statement there, I'm still okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm still okay with it because I would rather that than, oh, that's illegal.
Yeah, what's the alternative?
Yeah, well, exactly. What's the alternative to that, right? Yeah. And I don't want to live in that place.
Yeah,
where
it is true.
The reason I bring this up here is not because, people are running around scalping stuff, but there is, I guess it kind of is. It's coming from the retail level. I think it's retail level, anything scalping. I don't know.
I don't know.
What's the actual definition of that anymore? It's become so murky that people literally use it now for anything being sold for an expensive price.
Right.
You're like selling Pokemon cards, see them on eBay for $200 because it literally sells for $200. People will call you a scalper.
Right.
So it's lost all meaning. But anyways, with Walmart, this has been the craze on YouTube, Reddit for the past, I don't know, 2 weeks here. The month of April, I guess. Walmart has been putting new-gen games, last-gen games on clearance. So, Xbox One, PS4, PS5, on clearance, blowing them out. It's like $5 to $10 per game for the most stuff. Some titles are still 20. I was seeing on Switch stuff, like Fire Emblem Engage might have still been $20. But for the most part, right, $5, $10 games. And it's become this frenzy of people running into their Walmarts to purchase up these clearance games. Both for personal use and for reselling. And I mean, I made the YouTube video not long ago, stop buying junk for your collection. And This is like exactly what I'm talking about here. These games are 5, $10 each. On eBay, I saw like Sonic Mania Plus on PS4. And it was on the Reddit post, right? And it's like, oh, here are the games we got for $5. And he had that game in there. And one of the comments was like, wow, I'd love to get Sonic for that cheap. And it's like, on eBay, I went and looked, right? On eBay, you can buy it right now for $15.99 free ship. It's like,
Does not compute.
do you want the game or not? Like, if yeah, I'd love to get it for $8, but I cannot pay 16.
No.
Like, you just don't want it. You are buying crap for your collection at that point because
Right.
clearly you just don't even want it. If you don't, and I don't know if it's just this excitement of going to Walmart and getting stuff cheap at the retail level. Like, there's a little bit of a novelty in that, I guess.
Yeah. Everyone wants to feel like they're getting a great deal. So
Yeah, like, oh, Walmart, I got the deal from Walmart. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the novelty of it here, but
yeah.
what I'm seeing from a lot of people here is they're scooping up these games for $5 to $10 that Walmart is clearing out. And you know what the magic thing about clearance is? These are games that didn't sell. Like, if people wanted it, it wouldn't be there.
Right.
So yeah, there's a few gems in there. There are. There are absolutely some games that have resale margin where people are paying 5 to 10. You could probably pop it on eBay and get 27. I think Diablo 4 was there, right?
Right.
So if you buy Diablo 4 on PS5 for $10, yeah, on eBay it's 25. It's a complete waste of time
Yeah.
to still try and flip this. There's, relatively speaking, there's still zero margin here for the time and effort and work. But if you just want to play it, cool. That's a good price to get into Diablo 5 or Diablo 4 on PS5. But the vast majority of stuff that people are buying this and acting like this is a great thing, I cleared out you're buying crap.
Yeah.
And I just don't know how else to explain it.
Yeah, I think if you're someone who already has like an eBay business and has the infrastructure to do it quickly and turn it over fast, sure, yeah, at a volume game you can probably make some money.
Yes.
But for the average Joe buying it and trying to like sell it at like one copy on eBay randomly, it's like, well, that's not worth the time.
And the thing is, right, so now we're going through this clearance thing. All of these games are being scooped up by resellers and clearance, like the deal hunters, right? These are all being scooped up. They're all going to hit the secondary market at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's doing this.
There's going to be a plethora of copies.
So now, like Diablo 4 PS5, if it was $25 prior, we're about to see hundreds of copies hit the markets. You're not getting 25 anymore.
No.
Like, you're all going to defeat yourselves trying to sell these games that have overstock. That have, like, even I was like Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz on Switch. And I was like, oh, that's decent. Like, it's Super Monkey Ball, it's Switch. $17.99 on eBay. Okay, you bought it for $10 at Walmart. Like,
great.
Congratulations. You know what I mean? I just don't understand. I do understand. Like I said, it's addicting to just buy stuff that's in front of you. When I made my video, I said this. It's addicting. It's fun. You get the dopamine. Hey, it's on sale. It's $5, $10. I'll just grab some new games. You're buying junk.
Yeah.
These are junk purchases. This is not stuff you actually want. It's just what's being presented to you. And like, you don't need to just buy that.
Right. Yeah. And like when EB Games or GameStop now, it was having its blowout, I didn't have a problem.
Yeah, you bought some junk.
I didn't have a problem spending $1 a game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's fine.
I think some of the stuff you bought, because yeah, GameStop did this a month or two ago.
Yeah.
I think some of the stuff you bought had actual margin on it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, most of the stuff. And I bought a factory case of Skylanders.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
Which is for $1 a piece. There's 12 in the box, and he just charged me like $1 a piece. And I was like, yeah, it's great. I don't know anything about it. I was gonna literally just like, sell it sealed up. And I was like, well, maybe I should, actually do some due diligence and open it up. And opened it up. The first thing I look up is $150. One of them, and there's 2 in there. So like, that thing ended up selling for like $750.
You sold the case?
Yeah, sold the whole case.
$750.
Yeah, and I mean, it was perfect. Obviously, like collector condition.
Case.
Yeah, the guy buying it obviously was a collector, and everything was like absolutely perfect. None of the pull tabs were even up.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, that's great.
throw out the rest of the stuff that doesn't
Yeah,
sell and like move
throw out
on.
the CIB Xbox One, FIFA games that no one cares about.
People were picking up like PGA Tour 2K3 like in their pickup posts. It was like, man, I just cleared out Walmart clearance, and
that's
it's
cream
like
of the crop right there.
AEW Fight Forever and PGA Tour 2K3.
Yeah, I want a 9.8 A+ of PGA Tour.
It's like, my God, I don't want to just be a hater. I don't.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand, because some of the people doing this are 100% doing it for resale purposes. Like, there's YouTube videos here. Doug in All Games. I don't know if you ever watched his stuff. Small YouTuber. He's a funny guy. He's good stuff. If people haven't listened, it's Doug and All Games. Funny guy. But he was covering some of these YouTube videos talking about people getting these clearance games, and there's like the video he drew highlight to is a guy going around to every local Walmart buying out these clearance games. And, it's that type of hype sensational, like, we're clearing out the Walmarts, we're getting all these games, check out everything we got here. It's like Sunset Overdrive, Xbox One. It's like, but, and he's going to other, like, we're going to go hit another one, wish us luck, guys, we're going to the Walmart clearance. And it's like, okay, so clearly he's reselling. I think it was in his channel even, is like resell, whatever.
Right.
Like, what are your... This isn't, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Work a minimum wage job. you're going to make more money.
That's a lot less fun, though.
I know. And I think that's what gets people too, is like, if you love it, go for it. If you truly love it.
Yeah.
Because I used to love it.
The power of the hunt is very alluring, for sure.
Like, I used to love it when I was doing like retail stuff. I would be in line waiting for amiibos to drop.
Right.
It's like, that's exciting. I got my one NES amiibo, and it's like, or NES, sorry, NES. And reselling it, that was great, that was fun, but it's like, the amount of time and effort some of these people do put into this, doing something like this Walmart clearance, where your margins are very slim.
Yeah.
Very slim.
Well, in a lot of cases, Amazon can be pretty high margins for that kind of stuff too.
If you have unlocked on Amazon, most people don't.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Is like, that's like what you're saying with Phoenix Resell, with Amazon unlocked and stuff. You can get massive premiums, but that's already having the infrastructure in place.
Yeah.
A lot of these people do not have that infrastructure in place to make this worthwhile.
Yeah.
Because, Amazon is dumb.
Yeah.
You could probably resell a lot of that clearance stuff on Amazon and make a mint.
Yeah, I think so.
I just don't think a lot of people have access to that.
Yeah. You know what I regret not buying more of is the limited like 3DS and 2DS consoles. Because they had some like really cool,
they did.
Hylian ones. And the only one I bought, I remember, I think it was on sale for like $70 or something. It was the Ocarina of Time 2DS. And now it's like a $400 thing. I'm like, what? I should have bought like 5 of these.
The 2DS is so funny because it's like I looked at it and I was like, this is junk.
Yeah.
Who wants a 2DS?
That's what I thought, but I was like, oh, it's got Zelda and Ocarina of Time. That's so cool. I'll just $70. I'll just buy one. Why not?
Do you still have it? Or you got rid of it? Oh, you still do have it?
I still do have it. Yeah, because I remember looking, I'm like, why do I have this? And I looked up the price and I'm like, geez, what the heck?
And I mean, I wonder if people scooping up these clearance games right now are having the same mentality of like, oh, I'll just, like, maybe people are going to sit on these factory sealed copies of Diablo 4 on PS5. Like, maybe.
Yeah, I don't even know if that would hold up. There's just too much stock.
That's kind of how I feel too.
Yeah.
Especially with like an online access type of game. Like, I know Diablo 5, you can play it or whatever, but it's a game mostly driven by its online aspect. I don't know, man. I think people get way too excited about nothing. Like, this is a hype wave of nothing. And when you have the YouTube community pushing it, of like, go check your Walmarts and stuff, and Reddit's pushing it, and it's like, at the end of the day here, like, say a month passes, right? All this is over. I think you're going to have a lot of people who have these sealed games. I don't think most people are even going to open them. They're buying like 8 factory sealed brand new games.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has a backlog. You're not going to crack it. I think most people aren't even going to crack these open. And you're going to have people who now have these games that just sit on their shelves 1 month, 2 months later, and it's like, why did I buy this?
Right. That's when the regret settles in.
Seriously though, right? Once the hype fades and no one cares anymore and the Walmart clearance is over, the games aren't worth anything more than you paid. Like, they're going to be worth $5 to $10 for a long time.
Yeah.
That's how this clearance stuff works.
Yeah.
It takes years for that supply to naturally do anything.
Yeah.
And think about how many games on, going Xbox 360, PS3 are still $5 to $10.
Yeah.
There's still tons of games from 15 years ago that no one cares about. And yeah, if you want him to go play them, great.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the best thing to do when you're buying that kind of stuff is if you really want to play it.
Yes.
Great.
If you've been waiting for a great price on AEW Fight Forever, fantastic. You
Yeah.
got it for $5. That's Need for Speed Unbound, I think, was a $5 game. That's cool. I might just like play that if I
Yeah.
were to buy it. That's
Right.
cool. I like Need for Speed. I feel like most people buying aren't doing it to play.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's correct. I remember when was this? Maybe like 2018, 2019, something like that. I remember going into a Shoppers Drug Mart and they had games. And I remember looking at all these like brand new games that had just come out, like not out for that long, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and they were like $10, $5.
It's weird.
Was like, what is going on here? So I ended up spending like $125 and got like $1,000 worth of new games. I'm like, why are they like
Did the employees say anything? Or
No.
did they just like not even just like just scanning?
There was
and
random like brand new titles that had just come out like a month ago, like for like $10.
feels like a critical mistake.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. I just bought like so many of them. But it's, that's one of those things where like it's just kind of the luck of the draw. You're there when you see it.
Yeah.
If not, it's someone else. But
yeah, that's the only time I've ever really done it. Like even when GameStop was doing its clearance, it's like I didn't bother.
Yeah.
Because I don't just the time and I didn't expect you to get $750 worth of stuff.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't have bothered either, but it was because I think you needed like an extra half hour or something, and I was in your area.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll just go to the GameStop down the street here and check it out. And then it's like all this crap. I'm like, look what I got.
Yeah, I literally delayed you and gave you $1,000 worth of stuff, apparently.
Yeah, it was great.
It's a heck of a find.
So thank you.
Yeah, no doubt. You should have shared that. How come I haven't seen any of that? Like, why are we... Where do I get my payout?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's if you want to do these clearance sales because you actually want to play the games, do it. But I think my message from all of this would just be to really encourage people to just not do this.
Yeah, it's more work than it's worth.
It's more work
and
than
it's
it's
just
worth.
Initially fun.
Yes. Once you're done with that dopamine hit of buying these $5 games from Walmart because oh my god, I caught Walmart slipping or whatever it is. Once that wears off, you just have more junk in your house.
Yeah.
Games you won't play, games you don't care about.
And it adds up so fast.
And you can't sell them.
Yeah.
Selling them is going to be an absolute chore. So by the time if you want to dump these games that you paid $5 to $10 for, you're going to get $5 to $10 for them.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, you might get lucky, get a couple great titles.
Yeah, if you're actually hand selecting what you're buying, but from most of what I saw, man, it's whatever
Just
is
grabbing
cheap.
whatever's
cheap.
Yeah.
We're cleared it out, whatever's cheap. Multiple copies of Need for Speed Unbound. We're buying whatever's cheap.
Yeah.
There's just no... Don't do it. Don't do it. If you're listening, make sure to rate the podcast. If you're on the YouTube video, let me know how you feel about this Walmart clearance. Did you get sucked into this? Did you go to the Walmart? Did you get anything good?
Yeah.
I guess that's what I'm curious about.
We want to know what's good.
Yeah, did you actually get anything good? What were the best things you could find? I think one person I saw found an Intergrade, which like that's huge.
That's cool. Because
Getting
that's
that
a
for
rare...
$20, $30.
That's a rare print.
Yeah, you're getting $100 more. You're getting like $200 right there. That's huge. For the most part, I just saw garbage.
Yeah.
Let me know. Leave a comment. Thanks for listening, you guys.